This is why you need to lock your doors tonight. This is why the darkness beckons. Welcome, brave souls, to the Nightmare Roadshow. Join us as we peel back the veil between reality and the abyss. Each episode, we explore chilling tales and haunted places that make your very spine tingle. Will you dare to listen, or will you turn away, leaving the shadows unexplored? Whisper, the choice is yours.
It's
Hola.
not us this
Hola. Come on. Hola a todos, bienvenidos a otro episodio de Carretera de sus pesadillas. Yo, por supuesto, soy su productor, Deacon, aquí con la very misteriosa.
So Wes, you're going to have to do the rest of it in Spanish because I don't know how to do that.
No.
Y aquí estamos con la Messi Jessie. Y estamos aquí con el espía del gobierno secreto, Dirty Birdie. Y también aquí estamos con la otra, la que ve en el futuro y la que puede hacer muchas cosas. Aquí está Oracle Ash. Ahora tenemos un programa muy interesante ahora. Entonces, come on. Wait. Oh, geez, this whole time I've had it on Google Translate. Anyways, let's just...
We know.
Anyways.
All right, so sorry guys, I am embarrassed. I had no idea. I gotta really look at my settings. Anyways, so what's today's show about?
We're doing the Milgram Experiment, which I don't know. I mean, I kind of heard about this years ago, but I hadn't really read up on it until recently. So looks pretty wild. Looks pretty wild.
I am so ready to get into this and to get my pants scared right off.
There you go.
It's going to be a shocking experience.
Yeah. And then we'll probably get pulled off of YouTube and get like a strike, and then I'll probably get arrested.
Probably.
Oh, jeez.
Let's just do math.
God.
Oh my God! Stop it.
Okay. I would also like to promote my So I'm actually starting a boy band, right? And it's gonna be I don't see what's funny. Can I please continue?
Yeah, carry on, please.
Anyways,
I would love to hear this.
So it's what is going on? Like seriously. What? Anyways, I'm starting a boy band, and it's gonna. You know what? Never mind.
I have to sneeze. I'm sorry.
Okay. So it's gonna be a boy band with like all Hispanic dancers, and I want to call it Refried Dreams. What?
I was going to be Sport and Glow.
Refried Dreams. So.
Okay, so about the experiment.
Anyways, yeah. So
a buoy, like a buoy.
Yeah, refried dreams. So you guys just keep your eyes open for that and your ears open. It's gonna be sensational. We're gonna beat a competition to those Korean dance. Anyways, continue with the case. I don't know.
It's gonna be great.
Why do I even try with you people? Like seriously.
Live your best life. I mean, if that's what you want to do.
I'm trying, and it seems like you know what I'm beginning to think is that what I'm beginning to think is that I come on the show, right? And then
I'm crying because I'm so moved by you.
Thank you. I mean, so I come on the show.
The show's going to hell.
I I come on the show.
Ding dong.
I come on the show, and it seems like all I am is just a source for ridicule, and I don't know what I'm doing here, and I just don't know like what's going on. But anyways, continue with the case. What are we doing? The Milgram experiment?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Milgram Experiment. So
I'm gonna have to cut this out, you guys.
that's awesome. Okay. Shit. Okay, so in 1961, there was a professor. He was at Yale,
Refried
and
beans.
he what?
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Jesus took the wheel.
Don't do it.
Okay. Well, stop. Okay.
Professional face. Professional face.
I think we're far from professional.
No, I think we're
and
good.
sync.
Dang it. Okay, 1961, there was this grant proposal by a professor who wanted to see how
Oh.
Oh my
Neutral
god.
subject.
dang it.
Talking about shocking people.
And I'm laughing.
Yeah. Well,
1961, damn it.
Not your subject. Not your
Yeah.
subject.
well,
God damn it.
I'll tell you what's shocking: the large amount of unprofessionalism right now.
Absolutely. I
Oh,
agree.
God.
My makeup is running. I look terrible. Here we are.
Okay, here we go. 1961. Yale professor. He writes this grant proposal to test authority.
My mom was born in 1961.
Really? Okay. So he's testing, he wants to see, and it was based on apparently to look at like how could a population of people, example, the Nazis, right? How could a population of people be persuaded to kill other people? So that's obviously not what he's doing with this experiment, but it's based on authority. Like, could we use the power of authority to make people do that they wouldn't ordinarily do? Human beings, right? So he writes this experiment where he placed an ad in a paper, and he offered $4 for students to come in.
$4 is $4, son.
$4.
I mean,
$4 back when?
No, 1961. You know how much meth you can buy with that?
oh my
$4.
I really don't have any idea.
$4 back when?
I'm asking.
61.
I mean,
1961.
Yeah.
that's quite a bit back then.
Okay.
not free love.
Okay, do the inflation calendar here.
Oh my God.
$4.
Not.
$4 back then was quite a bit, I would think.
That's really analytical, Dirty Birdie. I like that. So
I love
anyway,
I mean, think about it.
well, I know, but I thought you were going to spit out a number. Okay, let's go. Let's go on with the podcast. Okay, so anyway, so there was 3 individuals that took part of this experiment.
I need
There's
something
the
stronger.
experimenter, the teacher, and the learner. Okay. So students would come in and they would be given like a slip of paper, and they didn't know what role they would be playing until they were handed the slip of paper, and then it would be revealed to them. So they were either the experimenter, the teacher, or the learner.
Ooh.
And yeah. So
So like a Van Halen Hot for Teacher kind of thing.
Oh, that's, that's
I love that thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's sexy.
yeah, that is, yeah.
Sorry, that's all my mind went to.
so
you would.
You would, you weirdo.
Yeah, you freak.
So
No wonder you're.
so
No
what
wonder. No wonder.
$42.
What?
Yep. That
Did you
experiment
say?
for $4 for a person was
What was
$42 back in.
42 bucks? I was just.
Nope.
I was just about to say, like, this is one of the
I mean,
reasons
that's enough to
why.
buy a little bit.
A little bit of what, meth?
I guess. I don't know. I
I
don't do that stuff.
That's a lot of meth.
That, jeez.
considering it
Actually, it's
wasn't
not.
around in 61,
Actually, it's
right?
not. It's a little. But anyway,
Okay, continue.
How much? How
I
much
digress.
is? How much is a lot of meth?
No idea.
Right.
Why are we talking about that?
Be-
Show.
well, because
it's not that much. Shut up. Go. Let's keep going.
Okay. So what the students who participated in the experiment didn't know is that when they walked into the room, they were with an actor. It wasn't another student. Okay. And so the student is then placed in front of a board, and they're told that there are electrodes that go through the wall and are going to shock the other participant if they answer a question incorrectly. So what they didn't know was that it was an actor on the other side of the wall. And so anytime they were going to deliver the shock, the actor would then scream like they'd been shocked, right? And so what they were trying to do was, like, they had, gosh, it was like
lazy BDSM.
from 15 volts to 450 volts
Yeah.
is what. So each dial, it went up from 15 to 450, right? So
Whoa.
they would go through these series of questions, and the actor would get one wrong, and then the student would be told by the professor, you need to deliver the shock.
Now, the professor and the teacher would go into the room and see the subject, and they would introduce themselves and watch the professor put on electrical paste and strap them onto a chair so they would get the full effect. That's one of the things that they didn't tell you. So they would get this full effect, and then they would put them into the room and then show them the board of the electrical shocks that were going to get them.
Hey,
And then,
Birdie.
Hmm.
How many voltage is 480 back in 1961?
the same thing.
Okay, just checking.
Is Ash? She just walk out.
Just left. No,
She'll be
just,
back.
no, she's right
Oh,
there.
she just popped in. Oh, look.
Okay. So anyway, so the student is then there's several videos of this, and you can watch them, of the students actually delivering the shock. And it is wild, because you have these people that are clearly really, really uncomfortable at delivering a shock to a person, but they keep doing it, and they keep going up in voltage. And before the study, the professors, they got together and they were discussing this whole grant proposal to do this study. And they believed that there would be very few, like a very low percentage of people that would actually go through with it. It ended up being the flip side. Like 65 to 70% of the students would actually go all the way up to 450 volts. So
Now,
because somebody in authority was telling them, you need to do this, you need to shock.
now, the thing about it, though, is that they gave them, okay, when they started to refuse, they had 4 sentences and was like, no, the experiment needs to keep going. No. And they'd be like, no. And they'd be like, you need to continue. No. And every time they would refuse, there was another sentence that would sound more authoritative.
Right.
Wasn't
So-
the last one, you
Which is
have no
weird
choice?
because, yeah, because I don't know why. Why would you as a person, just look at a guy in a doctor's coat, and he's like, "Yeah, shock the shit out of this dude until he's dead."
Well, we all think that, and I sat there wrestling with this question the last couple of days,
Same.
and yeah, I thought I would think that no, I would never do something like that. But these people probably thought they never would either. This experiment has been replicated all around the world now several times, and with all the same results. By and large, most people will follow the orator of somebody that they believe is an authority.
You know, I guess that I look at it and I'm like, damn, like, I don't think I would be able to do that. But then I think I'm like, $46 is $46, son. Let's get the experiment going.
Well, as a human race, we're always told that,
Man in lab coats.
well, firemen, police officers, stuff
Oh.
like that, we aren't supposed to do what they tell us to, right? We never
Correct.
argue the fact that we're hurting someone because they're an authoritative figure.
Mm-hmm.
Now, on the other hand, I'm going to get dark here.
Uh-oh. Hey, how dark?
What if it wasn't just random people from a newspaper or the internet? What if it was random people from your job?
Well, that'd be. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
huh?
Okay,
Uh-huh.
you know, you
Yeah.
need,
Now-
no, you need to take it easy, okay? You just because
Oh,
you
come
don't
on.
just because you don't like the person doesn't necessarily mean that they're
No,
not
you
here.
don't. No, that's the thing, though, is that
I'm
you. Okay, I'll get even darker. You've
Dude,
never met them.
I was
You don't see them on the. You don't see
Look,
the other person on the
hey.
side, but you recognize their voice, and you're like, "Oh, this asshole."
See, this is the thing.
And you're like, "Run,
I-
run, run,
no,
run, 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 run."
I was trying to deliver like a heartfelt speech, kind of like how you guys ever watched Rocky 4, and then Rocky was kind of like, if I could change, then everybody could change, and he ends the Cold War. It wasn't Ronald Reagan, it was Rocky. Ends the Cold. I was about to deliver one of those speeches, and then Dirty Birdie comes in and then fucking ruins it. So go ahead, just go ahead, continue. Who cares what I think, right? I'll see you on a dance floor with a dance off. Me and the refried dreams. Versus,
Oh, I want to see this.
Or the snort and blows, whatever.
Okay. All right. So I have completely lost my place here.
what are we doing?
I don't know.
Okay, this is what I'm gonna.
So
We're doing this.
This is exactly.
So
What I was gonna say is,
experiment wraps up with
who
like
watches this?
Oh,
60% of the people that were tested would go to almost lethal levels, right?
Okay. What they showed was 14 of the 40 subjects showed definite signs of nervous laughing and smiling, like the guys that are delivering the shock. Because they're like, this isn't right. I mean, they kept
Mhm.
saying that, but then they kept hitting the button, And I remember my dad had this button on his desk,
What?
and then it was a big red button, and it said, "Do not push." Oh, it was anything I could do not to hit that button every
The
time I
big
went to the
Press
office.
the button.
I
Holly,
know,
the
it's
big
like-
shiny red button.
Is
Push it.
So
is that what's going on
May or
here?
may not have pressed the fart button. Just saying.
Push the
Just a
button,
couple times.
Colleen. Big shiny red button. The big candy like
Jeez,
button.
dude,
Colleen.
I am.
Big
What
candy
are you?
button.
What are you doing? You're like my.
It's not gonna work. Nah.
Dirty Birdie. You are my new paralysis demon. It used
Push the
to.
button.
It used to be Hillary
Big
Clinton. That's you
shiny
now.
candy red button.
So you're saying that there's he's doing this to you, and then you're gonna have a succubus.
Yeah. Okay. That's not even how you say it.
Okay. So The participants said afterwards that their ears were ringing with the screams of because they thought they were delivering the shocks.
Should have died in Iraq.
And
Stop it. You thought I got dark.
I
Go,
think I'm giving up on this one.
okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Absolutely not. Keep going.
Go ahead.
No. Anyway, the extreme willingness of adults to go to almost any lengths on the command of authority constitutes the chief finding of the study. And like I said, they've now repeated the study all over the world, several universities, and with the exact same results. I mean, most people are going to go through the study if somebody that they believe is authority is telling them to do it.
Mhm.
And that's
Would you
But-
say that they use this technique in the military as well? Like, if you really think that this is like based upon this experiment, I mean, I know the military has done experiments, but I really think that this kind of kicked things into gear too,
But
to show authority.
he was criticized for this experiment because he only did men. Now, I haven't seen any papers or experiments with women on this,
That would have been so annoying.
but he was, yeah, they really criticized him about this. For
yeah.
he only picked
Can you imagine? Why are you not hurting women?
no. It's like, hey, put women in the chair and flip
Yeah.
the switch.
Yeah, fucking
And see
shock
what happens.
the women. I would
Now,
No.
develop a blister on my thumb.
now again, I'm gonna get dark. What if there was 40 women
Okay.
in the same workplace
Yo,
and see what
Jesus.
happens?
Oh boy.
I'm
Don't
guessing.
stop it, you dirty
I'm
baby.
guessing 20 of them aren't going to show up the next day
I've
You
because
worked
are,
with
somebody
men
showed
about
up with
that
the
many
same
women?
shoes,
No.
and they're like, "Oh, this bitch!" Click, 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 click.
Wow, buddy. Okay, so
I'm kidding.
So remember what he was trying to do was to
oh,
link this to authority. Like, why were so many people willing to kill so many millions of people? Right? That's what he was trying to say. Now that this has been criticized, the study and all of the other subsequent studies have been criticized, saying you really can't extrapolate this to killing people. But I'm not sure, because you know that when you think
So-
about the power that the Nazis had over the populace.
So yeah, that's
Dirty
the other
birdie.
thing.
Can
Yes.
I talk? Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
When you try to I don't know. They would threaten to kill everybody in their family. They would you know what I mean? The threat tactics over there was so incredible. But I'm not sure if you can extrapolate this study to killing people. I'm
well,
not sure.
Mhm.
well, a lot of it is when you look at, for example, when you look at it in a psychological term, a lot of it is also the concept in mob mentality. I mean, when you look at 1936 Germany, you had to find a boogeyman to blame. When you select one, and then you have a group of people that were specially selected through propaganda to, not just instigate, but to like openly blame and do all these kind of things. And it's really easy for you to get a group of people, and then that number grows. I mean, that's why you're able to get certain chaotic situations where people begin to do things that they normally wouldn't do. It's it's the mob mentality, and we see that in a variety of areas. Like, I mean, not just in Nazi Germany, but if you look at something like 1978 Central America, when they started introducing things like communism, and you start saying things like the reason why you're impoverished is because of these people. These are the people why you're impoverished. These are the reasons why you can't feed your family. And then you get enough of a group behind them. it's really easy for you to not to just acquire terrorists, but people that are openly willing to hurt or kill another human being. Again, it falls under the mob mentality and propaganda. And a person, if you very slowly begin to introduce something to them, it's like boiling the frog. Very slowly, it's easy for you to amp something up. It's not just a position of authority, but it's also like follow the crowd, like what is everybody else doing? So when we look at these type of experiments, it doesn't surprise me at all that they actually occurred. If you have one person that's willing to do it and somebody else behind them, willing to do it too, and it's like, well, these kind of people are also doing it. It also doesn't have to be necessarily a large group of people. It could be a large group of people for the room. I mean, you can have 10 people, and all of a sudden, if 4 of them begin to do it, it's really easy for you to begin to follow along. And then if you multiply that by like the hundreds, and then by the thousands, that's how we get the mob mentality. Mob mentality has nothing to do with numbers, but it has to do with majority, if that makes any sense.
What
No, that
about
makes
duress too?
What the fuck am I talking about? Sorry, I kind of went.
You can push the button under duress too.
Yeah, it's another thing is survival's instinct. A lot of people have the instinct to, want to not just survive, but also they do not want to be outcasted by a group, so.
Mhm. Yeah, I think one of the problems with this experiment was that initially they told all the participants who were pushing the button that nobody was going to be seriously hurt. I think if they wouldn't have said that, I don't know, maybe.
I'm sorry. I think after the experiment, they brought the person out and showed them to the person that was pushing the button and said, hey, this is the guy that you were shocking. And they're like, okay, bye. And the poor dude is just like, I could have killed this guy.
Yeah.
And now he has to live with it.
Well, it's not just the whole, like, again, we go back to the psychology. It's just, it's not like these people will not be seriously injured, but it's, again, we can go back to Nazi Germany. I mean, it's like, well, it's not that you're not hurting people, it's that they're not really people, or again, Central America in the 1980s up to let's see, Rule El Salvador was 1986 to 1993 under Alfredo Cristiani. Anyways, so the point is that it's like, it's okay to hurt these people because these people are hurting you. So it's just what's the psychology behind it? A human being will justify anything, as long as it's, convenient for him and all that kind of stuff. Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry. I am very, very buzzed.
I mean, you have to really think about like how would it differ today? Like if they done the experiment today, would the results be different than what it was back in the
They
60s?
probably wouldn't even allow it today.
What if they did?
I don't know.
I think they would, depending on who the subject is. I mean, it's like this is a privileged human being. Can you imagine Jordan Peterson doing that now? This is a privileged human being. He's the reason why. Good luck with that. It depends who it is, and then everybody's like, "Of course, I'm gonna shock this person." You know how many people he's hurt?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
could you imagine if it was me and like we were in this group and they're like, if you hit this button, Beacon will get shocked and everybody will all of a sudden just have callus all over their fingers from hitting that damn button.
Maybe we shouldn't answer that.
I'd be looking for a bigger power box.
They'd be like,
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
His dance group isn't even that good. Let's shock him.
More power.
More. You know what? We don't even have to do the experiment anymore. You technically just shocked my heart.
Deacon, you're a good man. Is that a good enough shock?
It's okay. Anyway, continue.
Purple,
In
whatever.
2006, they did the same experiment, but they used a computer avatar.
Oh yeah.
Which I thought was interesting. And they And it was used in place of a person getting electrical shocks, and the results were the same,
Oh
Wow.
wow.
which I thought was interesting. Like,
Yeah.
Did they know
What-
it was an avatar?
yeah. They were aware that the learner was unreal. So,
Okay.
yeah,
Wow, they don't-
the person.
I don't
Hmm.
care.
Isn't that weird?
I wonder if
But
we could
no,
run
it's
this.
the same. But why would the
That's
results be the same? I'd be more inclined to shock something fake than something real.
Not me.
Yeah.
I would
I like-
wonder.
I like the
Yeah.
real thing.
I would wonder if AI would do the same thing. Like if you asked AI to shock a human being, would it be the same thing?
Oh, interesting.
Probably.
The
Yeah.
whole thing about AI and computers getting smart enough to figure us out freaks me out, man.
Dang.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either. I don't like
No.
AI. Mm-mm.
It's gonna happen. It'll happen. It's gonna happen.
I don't know much about it, so I'm gonna remain ignorant.
We've all seen Star Trek. What was that? The Data, the guy from Star Trek?
Data.
Yeah, Data.
Yeah.
Data's an android.
That's what I was gonna say. Okay, so like in
Isn't it the same
Aliens,
thing? It's
the synthetic.
computer.
Remember the synthetic in
there you go.
Alien?
Isn't it like a movie like iRobot with Will
No,
Smith?
he's an android. They programmed him. The doctor stuck a thing in his
What?
brain, and that's all he knows. That's all he knows.
Oh,
What the hell
dear.
are
He
we
doesn't
talking
get
about?
Wi-Fi. He doesn't get any upgrades. That's all he knows until he goes back to the doctor and gets an upgrade. That's it.
What are
Interesting.
we
So-
talking about?
I have no idea what's going on anymore.
I don't know. We went
I'm
off the rails.
drunk. What the hell's your excuse?
I have none. Plead the fifth.
Jeez.
Okay, so in 2009, BBC Science documentary series called The Horizon did a replica of this experiment, and only 3 people refused to continue to the end of the experiment. So again, most people chose to go forward with
Oh, wow.
with shocking things.
Ooh.
So
Mhm.
I mean, this has been replicated over and over and over, and it's just they say most people are likely to obey an order. They just are.
I would probably obey an
Some
order
dude-
from anyone with a mustache.
Some dude in a lab coat tells you to shock people, and you'll do it
Oh.
over centuries, decades.
Dude, I'll do it over $4.
I mean,
Free
I'd like
beer?
to think
Sure.
I wouldn't, but you don't know till you're in the
I-
situation.
Yeah. Exactly. Somebody
Okay.
hands you $4 and be
There
like,
was,
yes,
there
we're
was
doing
a
this.
replication of this with all female participants.
Oh, whoa.
Oh,
Jeez.
Yes, and
Wait,
before all
was-
the participants had been men,
Were
and
they
now they.
were they menstruating?
Good grief. Anyway,
What?
let's see. The obedience dropped to 47.5. So women are less likely to be obedient.
does
I-
that surprise you?
No,
Not
okay.
at all.
See, it's not a proper experiment unless you figure out where they're at in their cycle.
That's like saying women can't fight in combat because they're
Yeah.
menstruating, right?
I honestly, I believe that.
I think they're mere shit. So let 'em
Yeah.
fight.
No,
That'll have
okay.
hope.
The last thing we need is, friendly fire because of Pam's shitty grenade throw.
Oh,
Don't know what's going on right
I
now.
wonder, and I'm going to do this as an experiment. I'm going to go buy a lab coat and just wander around town and just give
And you'll
random
get
orders to
arrested.
people.
People are gonna think that you're
Oh, yeah,
either.
that'll really
As
work.
your doctor, I want you to go to that fountain
People are gonna think that you're
and drink out of
either
it.
a dentist or a gynecologist.
Doctor's a doctor.
That you're
And
a nut and you need to go in the hospital.
if I were to put on a lab coat, like just a lab coat, people would think that I'm like painting a room, and they're like, "Oh, that's the guy that is over there. He's probably painting that building across the street. And I'm
No, but
like,
look-
Actually, if you really think about it,
I'm
in
like-
society, like with obedience, right? You think of like when there is an officer that walks into a store, right? If you look like how different people look upon people of authority, it's just like if Dirty Birdie did go into Walmart with a lab coat, right? Imagine how he's going to be like looked at. Either he's going to like, you're mentally insane, or hello, Dr. Dirty Birdie. You know?
if I got a lab coat on and I ran into Walmart and just dropped a glass vial of something, it doesn't matter. Glass vial of
Would you go by like
water.
Dirty Birdie, or would you be like Dr. DB?
oh,
Please say Dirty
Ooh.
Birdie.
Dirty Birdie. You don't want to be. You don't want to be.
because that's a little more authoritative
Jeez.
and Dirty Birdie. Oh, Dr. Birdie just dropped a vial of water on the ground, and I'm like, oh, it got out! Everybody run!
See, some
People
people.
might run.
Yeah, well, you
But-
have it. You look like you would be like a scientist. If I were to wear a lab coat in public, people would be like, he's not wearing any clothes underneath that. That guy is a pervert, and he's probably gonna flash somebody and run.
Hey, I want to say anything, but
Oh my hell.
if you got ran into a
So
store
anyway.
with a lab coat, somebody would be like, oh, the painters are here.
They would just make you ask you why you're not back there in the meat counter, probably.
And I'll be like, "Excuse me, senor," and I'll just look at him. I'll look at him dead in the eye, and I'll be like, "Okay."
You gotta have that tag.
Seeing in my meat.
You
Excuse me,
gotta have
senor.
that tag that says, yeah, you gotta have that tag that says, Dr. Decon.
Señor, sí, yo y le refried dreams. We're here to entertain. I'm here for the bachelorette party.
God.
People, they
Oh my
people pay me.
God.
People pay me to climb back inside the cake.
And then you get tackled.
They're like, people pay me to keep my clothes on, senor.
So
Bad meat. That's bad meat.
Yeah, that steak is not from today.
what the hell happened to this
Why
show?
does this man got a steak?
Jeez, what is going? Is the show over?
I really think we should
I
just
think so. I think
do comedy. I really do. Yeah.
I have no idea what the hell's going on anymore. Yeah, I think the show's over.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
it just got
honestly.
derailed. Like it was like 50% the Milgram Experiment, and like the other 50% is just let's.
Refried greens.
Did you say refried beans?
Oh my God.
What? What is
Refried greens.
What is that? What?
Refried beans and brains all at once. I don't.
Did you say refried beans? Okay, a couple of things. If I have a
Yes.
group of Hispanic people and I'm like, we're refried beans, that's racist. I don't know if
That's
you.
not what I meant.
I don't know if you know this, but I'm gonna break it down for you. Did you know that? Did you know that beans is like a racist term for like a Hispanic person? So like if you were to say something like refried beans and then it's a group of all Hispanic people, that's actually pretty damn racist. That's not even the name of the
Oh my God.
that's not even
Says
that.
something.
That's not even the name of the band. It's refried dreams. Dreams.
I'm just hungry. I haven't ate anything all day.
All right, so thank you guys for
Do you think we should do this again?
thank you guys for
Like and subscribe.
Welcome to the train wreck.
thank
Strap in.
thank you guys for joining us on another What even is this? Another exciting episode of
Don't.
Nightmare Road. I, of course, was one of your hosts, Beacon. And honestly, guys, I don't even know why you watch this show. This is like, it seems like every week, I just,
Control.
ev-
Out
ev-
of control.
every week, I feel
No,
like I have to curl like into a ball, like an emotional ball. And then everybody just takes turns just kicking me. Everybody just takes
Well,
turns
Jeez.
kicking.
don't form into
Um,
an emotional ball and we won't kick you.
Oh, excuse me for having
Simple.
feelings. I am a person. See, of course you would probably. Yeah, you're one of those people that would hit the damn button.
Since when are you a person?
What?
I'm kidding. Since when are you a person?
Oh, okay. See, this is one of the reasons why the Nazis. Well, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I need a drink.
Whoa!
I'm joking. I'm kidding, everybody. Everybody, I'm joking. Me and Dirty Birdie,
This is
we're
why
like,
we get kicked off.
me and Dirty Birdie, we're like brothers. Okay, so, anyways, guys, thanks for joining us. Check out the Patreon. I'm trying to be professional. Can you guys please quit smiling so we can end the show?
I'm just thinking about beans.
Thinking about them beans.
What is this show? Should I come
It's
back?
chaos.
It's okay.
I should just do this one again.
It's
No.
Pandora's box.
No. Let's keep it. This is a good one. I mean, let's just let it all out. Who cares? Okay, so anyways, guys, as I was trying to say, this was an exciting episode. Thank you guys for joining us. Check out the Patreon. I mean, we got new merch out there. We got new arts. We got all kinds of different things. This is just one of those shows that when you watch it, it nourishes your brain, your body, and your spirit. So if you know anybody out there that is feeling like, racial tensions, or he feels like he's not, seen as a person, just tune him onto this show. This is a good show. It helps me. It's like therapy to me. Whenever I'm feeling like I have low self-esteem, why do I even try? Anyways, guys, this was a good show. Check out the Patreon. Check out, you know what? Fuck
You know
this.
what? The Patreon, we did a murder.
Yeah, just go ahead, take over. How do I know?
Murder?
Just take over the whole damn show. Who
Did
cares?
you put a murder on Patreon?
Huh? What?
I'm confused.
What's
Did you
going?
put a murder on Patreon?
What's going on with the Oracle?
Nothing.
See what you guys are doing? Oracle's crying.
I made her cry.
Yeah, nice going. Wait, what's your?
I am hungry.
Until I cried.
Who made you laugh till you
If
cried?
anything, that we are therapeutic and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just you said it.
It's whatever.
Whatever.
Anyway,
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah. So just like and subscribe, share the show. If you guys, like this kind of stuff, I don't see why, but if you guys like this, so just share it. Share it with some people. Let them know, like, hey, this show, they try hard. It's a good time. I like the fact that we're like a family. We build each other up. We're strong. We never tear each other down with like racial slurs or anything. And yeah, we're like spiderweb or herpes. Like we'll never leave you. Anyways, guys, what a great show. And remember, guys, can I close the show out, please?
Please, I'm waiting for you.
Okay, so remember, guys, to always look both ways, especially if you find yourself on Nightmare Road.